So you came to this video, first of all, good job, because people neglect recovery and you're looking for better ways to recover. And there's two aspects of recovery. And it's, first of all, the mental, psychological aspect, because a lot of people will feel, at least their perception, that they're not recovering, but their body is actually telling them something different. So the other aspect is the actual physiological aspect of recovery. Recovery is just as, if not more important than the actual physical training. So we got to do different things that, as time allows, because we barely sometimes in our lives have enough time to fit in the training. Who has time to add additional hours, money to getting more recovery in? So let's talk about, first of all, the elements of recovery. There's three core elements that we have to start with. It's the rest and sleep. That is the most important of all of this. Then the nutrition, then the hydration. And then after that, you're going to get a lot of different recommendations, but we'll talk about why I've settled on massage being the fourth element of recovery, and at least a good starting point to focus on based on studies. So rest. Let's talk about that rest aspect. There is one product in the entire history of this channel that I can't live without. Like, if I can only choose one product, this is going to be it. It has to deal with my sleep. I've said it so many times on this channel that Why We Sleep by Dr. Matthew Walker, a sleep expert, is a life-changing book. I mean, at least it was for me, on the detrimental effects that lack of sleep has on your body, on your mind, and your longevity. So I'm a hot sleeper. A lot of people that are training, lifting weights, tend to be hot sleepers. And what keeps you up is your body temperature. So like if you maybe work out too late, or you're just a furnace. Like, my body is a furnace and I'm constantly producing heat. So I need something to keep me cool, because lower body temperature is what triggers melatonin production in the body, and it's going to keep you at rest. So the 8 Sleep Pod Pro cover for me, and I don't want this to sound like an ad. I want to be as transparent as possible if I'm affiliated or if a product was actually sent to me for free. So the 8 Sleep Pod Pro cover was sent to me for free. I tested it out for months prior to making content on this channel, and then I just was so blown away by it. I've actually purchased other competitor products and I haven't done videos because I don't know how to do the video in comparison to what 8 Sleep has done. I mean, it's just so incredible and has such an impact on my life that I've actually purchased out of my own pocket for other people. And I can't recommend it enough. What it does is it'll measure ambient temperature, your body temperature. It has this new feature of autopilot of what recommended settings you should have to remain asleep. And I have that thing at the coldest setting. And for my mental clarity, my recovery, and just overall physical health, it has just been such a game changer for me. And I just can't recommend it enough. And then the next one related to that is going to be the Whoop strap. Again, affiliated with this, and I can't recommend it enough as far as fitness trackers. I've tried just about every single fitness tracker that there is on the market, and I keep coming back to the Whoop. I don't have any brand loyalty or any sort of partnership agreement with Whoop to continually make content, except for I do have an affiliation with them, and that if you want to support the channel, you can use my link and join. But I've continually made content because through different aspects of my life, I discover new uses for it. One of them is my mental health. And then also, anytime I change my modal of fitness, like going from CrossFit to Ironman training, I need to see how my body's reacting, and just nothing. Garmin, very close. I do have a Garmin comparison, and that if the Whoop disappeared off the planet, Garmin would be next up in my line of 24/7 fitness tracker. It's just been incredible to monitor my sleep, my cardiovascular strain, and just overall recovery. And that would be my number 2 of anything that I've ever reviewed. Now, the next things, as far as supplementation, I'll do a separate video on that, and hydration. I mean, I drink 2 to 3 gallons of water a day just because I'm constantly exerting myself, and I live here in Austin, Texas, and it's incredibly hot this time of year. So I'm just chugging water all the time, and there really is not too much for me to cover on that. So then we jump to massage. There is a meta-analysis that was done looking at a variety of studies to determine, is water immersion, ice baths, is massage, is active recovery the best? And through various methodologies in a number of studies, it was determined that massage, out of all of these, outside of what I would say the core three are, again, sleep, nutrition, and hydration, is going to be your best bet to reduce inflammation, delayed onset muscle soreness, muscle tissue damage from lifting weights or just any sort of training, and perceived fatigue. Again, that perceived fatigue goes towards the psychological versus the physiological, but the studies looked at various biomarkers in the body, so it took as much of an objective approach as possible compared to people's perceived fatigue to finally land on massage. Now, when it says massage, we're talking about like actual massage therapy, someone getting down, massaging the body, but it's takes time. It's incredibly expensive. I personally try to get one done once a month, but that's not frequent enough to continually recover. So what I have to do is seek out different products. And I'll start with the first one I would recommend, which would be the cheapest out of the three that we're going to talk about, and that is the Roll Recovery. This is one of those products that I've used different types of this products, and I was just like, nah, I don't think it's going to be something that I would want to have. And it took me one use of it at a running expo here to change my mind, and I bought it. And I would say out of the three products I'm going to recommend, this is the lowest cost entry to purchase. I'm talking about the one with the tension rod because everyone's going to be different. And I just love this device because it also works on upper body. It works great on the legs, and I hit my legs every post run and pre-run. And then the next one is going to be what I would say is as versatile, but definitely more of a higher price point. And that's going to be the Theragun. Now, percussive therapy, the studies are a little different than actual massage therapy, and there's different ways that the body reacts. Like, for example, percussive therapy studies have shown that it's better pre than post physical activity to get really blood circulating, get blood to the areas that you're going to attack. So I do consider it within the massage family, but it's not necessarily massage. Like, I wouldn't rely on this for my recovery 100%. Like, I would need some sort of accessory to the Theragun specifically. And there are other percussive therapy devices out there. Hyperice would be a competitor to the Theragun. I've had the Hyperice. I think if you're looking for something that's truly different in the market and is got what I would consider enough, like the quality is as of like the Apple product of its vertical industry, it would be the Theragun. So that's why I always recommend the Theragun over any other sort of brands, even like cheaper ones. I've had so many devices, so many percussive devices sent to me, and I just end up back at the Theragun. And then lastly, the Normatec boots. There are other ones out there in the market. These were the first, and they were purchased by Hyperice, and I love them. I mean, I get to sit there and just passively, like I'll be working or I'll be editing videos for this channel, and I just put them on, and I just love these. Those are all the products that I would recommend right now for recovery, just based on studies, based on my experience. There is a whole gambit more of additional ones, and I would love to hear in the comments any sort of devices that you think I should check out and that you truly love. Again, I'll talk about supplementation and recovery and nutrition in another video, but I just wanted to cover what the best tech that I've used and rely upon day to day. If I only had to choose a handful, it would of course be the Whoop, my 8 Sleep, and then the Roll Recovery. So that's it.